Well, there she is, 1994 FZJ80, California born and raised, and is available for sale. How do you know it's a 94 right off the bat? Or it could be a 93, is with the Toyota spelt out instead of the sombrero logo. Alright, so if you know me, I'm Cruising the Land. I love Landcruisers and I have a special spot in my heart for 80 series. I've got my two keepers, Otis and Black Mamba, but every once in a while, I can't help it. I love to find a real clean specimen that's like an 8 out of 10 and take it up to like a 9 out of 10. The reason why I can't say 10 out of 10, because that would have to be a, preserved in a bubble in a garage with, 10,000 miles on it. So this one has 221,000 miles and has been completely baselined. What does that mean, baselined? That means gone through everything that needs to be done, taken care of. Things like the knuckles, we'll look at that in a second. The seals, the main seals, there's so much, the diffs, the fluids, everything. So this one has been gone through and through and is ready for its next 200,000 miles. It's one thing that people don't know about Landcruisers. They were built to go 25 years. Not in the US, but in third world countries where the roads aren't paved, the roads are rough. So these are built to last. That was their MO when they built these. And ultimately that engine, you can rebuild it not once, not twice, but 3 times and get about 400,000 or 500,000 miles each time out of that engine. Just so well built. It's like a tractor. So here we are with this beautiful specimen. I've had this for quite some time. I've been taking it mountain biking and moving gear around. I've loved this rig. And of course I've put my signature little, Toyota 3 stripes with the rugged bound logo. So why the rugged bound? Because it's got a rugged bound rack. Best racks in the business. So big country made in South Africa. And if I can climb up here, you can see how the rack, all the bars go this way, but it's got crossbars on top of it. Unlike a Prinsu or Front Runner, it just has bars that you have to bolt in going side to side. This is all TIG welded. Look at that quality. It's just top notch for the same price that you'd pay for a Front Runner. ActionTrax boards. These aren't secured down, as you can see. I just have these here to show what you can do, because I do sell these. If you're interested, you're in SoCal or nearby to ship. These are 260 bucks, one-time use by military. And of course, I do the ActionTrax. I have videos on the ActionTrax. Those are $340 a set with yellow zinc gold, if you're interested. If you don't buy this Landcruiser, but you want to outfit it with some of that cool gear or the roof rack, call me up, let me know. I work with them. Can save you on shipping. Okay, so look how clean this is. When I say California born and raised, that's because I power washed up until here. So you can just see that's just dirt and grime over the years. Look at that. You power wash it, you get right down to the frame. And inside, almost white. Tons of tread. So these are Nitto AT tires, 34 inch. So great size for this truck. No need to re-gear with 34s. And has brand spanking new Dobinson. The suspension was fine in it, but I just wanted to raise it, so that's why you see the brand new Dobinson. It's a 2-inch, kind of like an old man emu. Dobinson, also from Australia, up and coming. They've solidified their reputation now as a premier suspension company. Underneath, let's take a look. Very clean. And does not drip. I have a brick driveway. This parks on my driveway. If it dripped, it would not be allowed to park on my driveway. But it is super clean, so she's allowed. What else? It's got these Smitty built. Honestly, I was going to take these off, but I left them just in case. I've sold trucks to people that say, hey, I got young kids. It's lifted. I want them to be able to get in and get out, no problem. So I left them. Someone else can unbolt them, put sliders if they want. But Landcruisers do have a very sexy look with no running board or bar here. I call that a bar. It's not a slider. Sliders are heavy, heavy duty. This is medium duty. All right, let's take a look at the inside. Voila. Okay, you are all about to ask that, right? It is triple locked. This only comes about 30% of Landcruisers, and it's gray and white. Pretty rare. Usually it was the tan, right? Reupholstered seats, so these are brand spanking new. Super nice. Same thing with the armrest in the middle, center console. So the seats are beautiful. No cheesy wood fake veneer dash. Center locker. You don't get these on 95s, even though you can do the 7-pin mod. Ask me about that. And the back seats are okay. They didn't get reupholstered because it wasn't as bad as the front. And who knows, you're going to put your kids back there. And there are some amazing seat covers made for Landcruisers that you can put back here if you're going to have your dog or your kids back here. You know, let them destroy it a little bit more before you would redo these. Or just get the slip covers. Rear seats are currently out. I do have them. Comes with the truck. They're out because I was anticipating to put the rugged bound drawers, but they're on their way from South Africa. So depending when this sells, it'll be an option to add them, or just, you know, call me up later this summer, later in the fall, and you can add the drawers later. They're the best drawers. They don't squeak. It's like one big metal U for each drawer. Best in the business. Makes for a great sleeping platform as well. Just like the roof rack, just like their awnings. I just dropped a video on their 270 awning. It's huge, and it gets you excited to get the base camp and open that thing up. And it takes less than a minute to deploy and less than a minute to close. It's pretty cool. And just look at that stance. So clean. Take a look at the back. Oh yeah, and this one, no roof rack. I don't mean this, I mean no OEM roof rack. So there's no drilled holes. They never put the luggage racks. It's just a clean roof. It does have a sunroof, but no roof rack installed at port. And, you know, one of the best features of a Landcruiser is dropping that tailgate. Yes. I should have taken my garbage out first, shouldn't I? Oh well. Super nice. They don't have that on the new Landcruiser, both the 300 offered in the rest of the world. And yeah, that is one damage there on the seat. Personally, when you put the cover on, that'll be fully covered. Put some gray duct tape on it, but don't know what the previous owner did there. Probably had some 2x4s or something riding there and ripped through that leather, unfortunately. But like I said, those rear seats will be either requiring a cover, a slip cover at some point, or leave it as is, up to you. But look at that stance, just so nice. To me, the 2-inch and 34s, 33s or 34s, 34s preferably, is just such a sweet spot on this truck. And the white is the one Landcruiser that didn't have the clear coat problem of peeling. Why? Because it doesn't have clear coat. It's one stage paint, so no clear. The clear and the whites mixed together. So they do oxidize, but as long as you compound it and then put a good wax on it, it comes back shining just like new. Love it. All right, let me get those cases off and we'll jump in for a ride. Okay, cases safely stowed. Grab the key and let's get her cranked over. So one cool thing to take note of right away. Oh no, I was gonna say the D light works, but we're not in drive yet, so hold tight. I'll show you that. So check out the engine bay. So this has not been spit shined. This is as is, slightly dusty, but I like that because that way you can see if it's wet anywhere. And this one is as dry as can be. Valve cover was redone, spark plugs were redone. Just listen to that purr. That's a tractor engine, folks. So inline 6, but the engine gets all the way back here. This thing is huge. It's as heavy as a V8. It's just such a incredible engine. You know, not built to go 100 miles an hour or 0 to 60, but built to last, built to get you up the hill and back down the hill, or shall I say mountain. Oh yeah. Okay, she's purring. Let's take her for a spin. In we go. All right, no lights. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. The D light is working. So 221, as I said, and change. All right. Got her in drive. Let's go for a spin, right? You know, when you put a new suspension on a Landcruiser, it's new bushings, it's obviously great new shocks and coils, because they do wear over time. They will kind of have a slight sag. But I got to tell you this, that's my 200 series. I'm gonna get a rear bumper put on. So I took off an ARB. I'm gonna put a rear bumper. This is gonna be one of my dailies. It's gonna be my Tuesday, Thursday rig. So twice a week, not a daily, I guess. But yeah, new suspension, I mean, you feel it. It's just so smooth, so nice. AC blows cold. I've yet to find a Landcruiser 80 series where the AC does not blow super cold. I have not found that yet. The antenna works, power windows work, the sunroof works, everything working. Perfect. Seatbelt light on works. I don't have my seatbelt on. All right, we'll just get up to a little bit of speed here, as I always do, just outside the gates. Dash does have cracks, as you can see. It happens. Otis doesn't. Black Mamba does. It's I'm not going to even say it's hit or miss. It's most have cracks. Most. If they don't, it's because it just wasn't in the sun or in a colder climate. So, you know, the trade-off, it's in the sun in California, but at least it wasn't in New York or Chicago getting rusted out. Because when these rust, I mean, it's a problem. I talked to someone recently, just bought a 200 series, a 2017, said, I got a crazy deal, but I think I know why. And he got underneath and it's just fully rusted, which is too bad. All right, original stereo, which works. Most people switch them out for a double din. But when they're original, I leave them. We'll leave that up to the owner because it still works. And the front speakers is typically all you need to replace down there. Some 6.5s, get a little bass. The rear speakers, honestly, it's for your passengers in the back. You're gonna get all your sound from the front too, a little bit from the rear second row, but the back, nah, you're not gonna hear much. So I wouldn't fuss about those. But just this engine, everything. Again, it was the previous owner that baselined it, but I went over all the stuff he did. Plus, I get it inspected and everything. All the boxes were checked. It's just such a smooth ride. And watch how fast we can take this oval. No squeaking of the tires. We're just cruising. You know why? New suspension. And Landcruisers are like on rails when they're dialed in right. Okay, just got to be mindful for this biker who's in the middle of the road. Maybe he's turning. Yeah, that's why. All right. Okay, so a little kick down. I dropped the window on the right so you can hear that engine. Because without the window down, the engine's quiet. They're not like a V8 200 series. You're gonna hear the engine growl when all windows are closed, but not so much an LX 570. But an 80 series, they're quiet, runs quiet. They weren't meant to be a growling engine, obviously. Get our lights on. It's 10 to 7, daylight savings, thank you. Again, let's take a hard turn, watch this. No squeak, nothing, it just rips. I don't know if the camera picks that up, but that's taking that corner hard. And when you have this suspension, all four corners are firmly planted to the ground. It's impressive. Like when people test drive for the first time, and there's a lot of people just getting into an 80 series now. They've always looked at them and liked them their whole lives. They finally want to get one. I find that, because I've been driving with people getting into an 80 series for the first time many times, always the same reaction. I'm surprised how fast this is. Keeps up with traffic, cruises. You got your overdrive button, so you can unclick it at lower speeds for a little bit more pep. So people are genuinely surprised and impressed with how these perform for a 30-year-old vehicle. Pulling up to the destination, Casa. Let's take one more look at it outside. Oh yeah, and I need to talk about price, don't I? So let's get out and do that. There's the 200. So the whole build series, if you're interested, subscribe to watch that. It's going to have Yankee Gold Rock Warriors. Obviously has the side rail and the ARB already. Just did this little upgrade. So this is a sneak peek. I haven't even posted this yet. Has kind of a wimpy awning. It's clean, it's cool because it's encased, but I'll show you a better awning in a second. Great tent. If you're interested in one of these, they're like $1,400, so let me know. But when that sleeve goes on back there, we're gonna put 35s, and it's gonna be a full chrome delete. We're gonna go with some copper, well, not copper, like Yankee Gold is the color by Prismatic. So we're gonna go Yankee Gold Bronze and get rid of all that chrome because there's lots of chrome on it. So stay tuned. I think it's gonna look great. Oh, and suspension. That's got an an Old Man Emu suspension. We're gonna take that out and go Stage 6 Icon. And it's gonna have a ton of Baja designs on it. These are just two lights I put up there to kind of size to see if I like the lower one or the upper one. Anyways, I digress, right? Let's get back to the subject at hand. So this 80 series with 221, California its whole life, baselined. And I'm going to elaborate real quick on that baselined again. The knuckles, Burfields, or knuckles as you will, right there. Those are big jobs. Suspension, dry as a bone underneath, not a lick of rust. These are all important things. Like if you were going to baseline your cruiser, let's say you find one, hey, I got a killer deal, 19 grand, 20 grand. Plan in your budget to spend about 8 or 10 baselining it, plus time and energy and finding the right shop and all that. If you're in SoCal, I'll let you know the right shops to go to. If you're elsewhere, maybe I could still help you. But this is ready to go. This is ready to go cross country and back, and then back there again because you forgot your wife, and then back home again, right? So this is ready to go for a couple 100,000 miles. You know, I'm not going to say you're going to go 200,000 miles with no repairs. Of course, you're going to have brake pads and maybe, you know, rotors and, you know, repairs as you go. But the major stuff is done. So what's the price? $29,900. That's without the roof rack. If you want the roof rack, it's brand new. I just put it on. It's $15.95. So you save on tax and you save on shipping because I already put that roof rack on there. If you want the rear drawers, which aren't here yet, but if you get this truck, you can get those rear drawers. Again, save you on tax, save you on shipping. You can get the rear drawers for $21.55. And I'll help you install them because installing it, when you do it for the first time, it's an afternoon. If you're doing it for the 10th time like me, it's pretty quick, maybe an hour. We can get that in for you. So there she is. So it'll be $29,900 plus those items or minus those items if you don't want them. And like I said, even little things like sometimes you buy a car, you get all excited, and then after you're driving it for a while, you're like, oh, the rear tires are bald. These tires have 95% tread. They are virtually new. Nittos, so they're not just some crappy knockoff brand. They're Nitto. All-terrains. They're pretty awesome. Again, take a look at that tread. And as you could tell during that drive, they're not noisy. They're a pretty quiet tire. let me show you that other awning I was talking about. This will have a video series. I'm putting a manual transmission in there, brand new H55F transmission by Toyota. That's Green Machine, that's Godzilla. They're covered because we had some rain here recently. This is the awning I'm talking about. It's 106 inches. It wraps around the entire side of the car, corner, back, all the way to the back there. It's a 270 and just looks so darn cool. If you look on my channel, you'll see the drawer system. I have a full video on the drawers. I have a full video on the, all right, you guys want to come out? You guys want to get on camera, huh? Come on out. Oh, there's my bumper. There's my suspension going onto the other rig. There's Otis. There's Ollie. This is Otis. That's Otis. That's Ollie. And there's Jasper. What do you smell, Jasper? What do you smell? Sniffing away. Okay, so if you're interested in one of these are 1550. And then you have to buy the mounts because it's got double mounts in the back, one mount in the front, because all the weight is on this corner. And you got to see the 3 trusses here, and just it's a beautiful, awesome awning. I just put it on. We put it on for the California Overland show, and I love it. So I can't wait to actually put it in action camping. It'll be, when it's on your rig with the drop down tailgate, guess what? You are party central. Everybody's coming to your vehicle to hang out, have a drink. They bring their chairs over, especially if it's sprinkling rain. If they want to stay dry, they need to be under your awning with that diagonal rain coming down. Okay, so there we have it. So I don't post this anywhere else. Doesn't go on Bring a Trailer. This could probably fetch a little bit more on Bring a Trailer, to be honest. Doesn't go on Cars and Biz, doesn't go on Auto Trader, Car Gurus, I Hate Mud, any of that. This is here on my channel. So you can contact me, come out, see it, kick the tires, take your first spin, and fall in love with it like I did. I can't keep it. I already have 2 80s. I got Black Mamba and Otis. But I'd love for this beautiful 80 to find a great home. All right, so reach out to me. My details are cruisingtheland at Gmail, or you can hit me up on my Instagram, which is Landcruiser949. If you haven't followed that, it's just all Landcruiser eye candy 24/7. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. Thank you, Ollie. Thank you, Jasper. All right, so for my dogs and me, thanks for watching. Happy trails. And to the future owner of this 80 series, you are going to love it.